Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the news first, where the people come first, I'm Martin Satyanesan. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for this afternoon.
Final rights of veteran actor Jackson Anthony on Thursday. MP Dhammika Perera says he is ready to contest the presidential elections if political parties guarantee 51% of majority. Lawyers engage in a protest in Colombo, request independent inquiry of the resignation of Mullaitivu district judge. Police interrupt protest against suppression. Israel requests United Nations to condemn Hamas. 1,100 people died due to conflicts.
On to those stories in detail. Veteran actor Jackson Anthony passed away today while receiving treatment in the intensive care unit of the National Hospital.
නමෝ කියලා පටන් අරන් කාටත් යහපතක් වෙන්න පොත කියමි විරිඳු ටිකක් හැම දිනාට අහන් ඉන්න
Well-known actor Jackson Anthony succumbed to his injuries from over a year ago on the 2nd of July 2022 that he suffered when the vehicle he was travelling in collided with an elephant. They were returning to Colombo after shooting a movie at the time. Despite over a year of treatment at the National Hospital's intensive care unit, he succumbed to his injuries early on Monday morning. He was 65 years old at the time of his death. Jackson Anthony was a multi-talented artist with expertise in acting, directing, producing, singing, songwriting and writing. He was born on the 8th of July 1958 in the village of Ragama, Podivikumbura. He received his education at the Hapukoda Junior College, Bandarawala St. Mary's and Galahitiava Madhya Mahavidyalaya. He earned an honours degree in Sinhala language from the University of Colombo and a master's degree in journalism from the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. Jackson Anthony's career spanned across theatre, television and film. He made a significant impact on the stage, performing in various plays and contributing to the theatre with his talent. Some of his notable theatre productions include Varuwen Yana Minissu and Manavayo, among others. He transitioned from the stage to television, where he became a beloved figure through roles in TV dramas like Ella Langawalawa, Kadulla, Akala Sandhya and Pitagam Kareo.
අනුන්ගේ උදව්වකින් ලබන ජයග්‍රහණය කවදාවත් ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ වෙලා නැහැ. නාගසිංහ මම මුළු ශරීරයෙන්ම මගේ මුළු ශිල්ප විද්‍යාවෙම මෙන්නතා සමග අපේ හෘදයකට ස්පන්දනය වෙනවා.
In the world of cinema, Jackson Anthony made his debut in 1993 and acted in several films including Visidala, Lokuduwa, Giniavi Saha Ginikeli, Aswasuma, Agnidahaya and Guerrilla Marketing. He received the Best Actor award an impressive 16 times during his career. Jackson Anthony also made his mark as a film director, introducing historical narratives to Sri Lankan cinema. His films such as Juliet's Role, Paradise, Abba and Adrasne contributed significantly to the world of Sinhalese cinema. In addition to his contributions to the arts, Jackson Anthony was also known for his innovations and fresh perspectives in the field.
මම ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නේ ලංකාවේ දකුණු කඳු පවුවේ. මේක තමයි දිස්ත්‍රික්ක මායිම. මම ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය දිස්ත්‍රික්කේ.
Jackson Anthony leaves behind his loving wife, actress and singer Kumari Munasinghe, and their children Sachitanutara, Akila Danudara and Madhavi Vatsala. His passing leaves a void in the world of art, but his legacy lives on through the artists he inspired and the contributions he made to Sri Lankan culture.
MP Damika Pereira says he is ready to contest the upcoming presidential election if the political parties can provide assurances that a 51% majority can be obtained at the election. When asked by News First, he stated support is required from all political parties, including the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. He noted that 1.5 million students from 1.1 million families of the total 5.5 million families in Sri Lanka are benefiting from the DP education initiative commenced by him. Several lawyers from the Mullaitivu district engaged in a protest opposite the Halsdorf Magistrates Court this morning. They demanded an independent inquiry over the resignation of the Mullaitivu district judge T. Sarvanaraja.
The Negombo Citizens Union protested in front of the Negombo Magistrates Court this morning and emphasized that it must be committed to protecting the independence of the judiciary.
අධිකරණයේ ස්වාධීනත්වයට බලපෑම් කරන සියලුම දේශපාලකයින් ඔවුන්ට බලපෑම් කරන්න තියෙන ඉඩකඩ රජය විසින් වහාම අහුරන්න අවශ්‍යයි.
If politicians are influencing the independence of the judiciary, it should be stopped immediately. Democracy in this country is preserved only by the judiciary, so let it work independently.
ඒ නිසා කරුණාකරලා අපි කියනවා මේක සුළුවෙන් තකන්න බෑ.
A protest organized by the People's Council movement against oppression in Kalutara was interrupted by the police. In opposition to proposed anti-terrorism bill and the online security bill, the protest was set to start from Kalutara Nagas Junction. But when it was interrupted by the police, a heated situation arose. Our correspondent said the police, army and anti-riot officers were also deployed at the location. All schools in the Mathura and Gaul districts will be closed today and tomorrow. Southern Provincial Education Secretary Ranjit Yapa stated that the decision was taken considering the current adverse weather situation. Meanwhile, Willie Gamage, Governor of the Southern Province, says that the second term examination of the schools in the Southern Province, which was scheduled for the 12th, has been postponed.
Based on the advice from the principals, zonal education directors and secretary to the Ministry of Education, we have made a decision to approve holidays for schools in Mathura and Gaul. For Monday and Tuesday at a time, the students are getting ready to sit for the grade 5 scholarship examination. Also, the second term tests were scheduled for the 12th of this month. However, due to the inclement weather conditions, we have decided it is not suitable to conduct exams in the entire province. We are expecting to reschedule it for a future date.
The floodwaters in areas inundated due to heavy rains from Akurasa to Athuralia are receding. These visuals were captured in Malimbada, where water was receding. However, the Director General of the Centre for Disaster Management in Mathura, Colonel Aryavansa Kambambi, stated the water is continuously leaking from the wall built to protect the area in Athakudava in Mathura from floodwaters. The water level of the Nilwala River at Panadugama was at 6.45 meters, while in Talhagoda it was at 2.9 meters. Kadduwa, Narangala, Talgagoda, Valletota, Attudava and several other areas are still inundated. The displaced people are currently sheltering at the Hittatiya Rajamahaviharaya, Mathura Madhya Mahavidyalaya and several other centres. The water level of the Kin River in Bandegama was at 5 meters.
The Akurana town was inundated with torrential rain as Kandy and surrounding areas experienced heavy showers last night. Meanwhile, 3 sluice gates of the Polgola reservoir was opened last night. A water capacity of 4,500 cubic feet per second is released into the Victoria reservoir. Due to this, the residents above and below the Polgola dam are advised to be more vigilant around the Mahaveli river. The Kaluthar area was also severely affected due to the heavy rainfall. Our correspondent said that due to the overflowing of the Kudaganga, a tributary of the Kalu River, the water is causing floods in some areas of the Bulat Sinhala district secretariat. The lowlands in the Galyakala area of the Bulat Sinhala Nabada road remain inundated.
Meanwhile, the landslide red notices issued to 3 districts have been further extended. Several divisional secretariat divisions in Gaul, Mathura and Kaluthara districts are included among them.
The red notice is effective for Yakkalamulla, Alpitia, Nagoda, Imaduwa, Gaul, 4 Gravats Divisional Secretariat divisions in the Gaul district and for Ingiriya, Valalavita and Matugama Divisional Secretariat divisions in the Kaluthara district. For the Mathura district, red notices have been issued for Pitabaddara, Akurassa, Hakmana Divisional Secretariat divisions. The Badulla, Colombo Gampaha, Hambantota, Kandy and Kegol districts have also been issued landslide warnings under level 1 and 2.
Shifting your attention to international news, foreign media reported citing local rescue agency the death toll from the Supernova Music Festival has gone up to 260.
About 3,000 people attended the all-night rave which was targeted by Hamas as part of a huge surprise attack on Israel. The festival was held in the Negev desert near Kibbutz Reim, not far from the Gaza Strip. For weeks, excited music lovers had looked forward to the Supernova festival held in the desert in South Israel to coincide with the Jewish festival of Sukkot. However, Palestinian militants stormed the festival and opened fire as part of a surprise attack on Israel. According to rescue agency Zaka, more than 260 bodies have reportedly been recovered from the festival site.
Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan ambassador to Israel, Nimal Bandaru, says that the embassy has not been able to find the whereabouts of 2 Sri Lankans living in Israel. He said that information about them is being sought through the Red Cross.
Yesterday, there were 2 incidents reported to us regarding a Sri Lankan woman and a Sri Lankan man, and the relatives of the family had contacted us. However, we could not find any information through the Sri Lankans here. Today we are handing over details to the Red Cross organization in Israel and the Red Cross organization in Palestine to find information about them, because the information we received was that after the Hamas attack, they captured some Israelis as well as foreigners and took them to their territory. There is still no communication from those areas that these people may be present. Also, we are constantly paying attention to the injured Sri Lankans. The Sri Lankans who have been living close in southern Israel to the Gaza border are the ones who are most affected by this problem.
අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා සතියක් ඇතුළත ඔහුගේ සෞඛ්‍ය තත්ත්වය යථා තත්ත්වයට පත් වෙයි කියලා. විශේෂයෙන්ම දකුණු කලාපය මේ කියන්නේ ගාසා තීරයට ආසන්නව ජීවත් වූ ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයන්ට තමයි මේ තත්ත්වයට පරිම බලපාලා තිබෙන්නේ.
In more international news, the annual meetings of the World Bank Group and International Monetary Fund will be held from October 9th to the 15th in Marrakesh, Morocco.
Posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, State Minister of Finance Shehan Singha said it is a great responsibility to enhance, reinforce international confidence with our partners to ensure shift from stabilization to growth from 2024 onwards. A group of officials, including State Minister of Finance Shehan Singha, Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe and Finance Ministry Secretary Mahinda Siriwardana will participate in the meeting.
Several trade unions led by the Joint Development Officers Centre engaged in a program to distribute handbills in Colombo today. This was demanding a salary increase for state sector employees.
and bills were distributed citing that the state sector salaries need to be increased by 20,000 rupees. At this point in time, the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Public Administration have been made aware of the matter. The reason for our demand for an increase in salaries is that after 2016, the salaries of the state sector employees have not been increased. Also, the prices of goods and services have skyrocketed. The government did not look after the state sector employees. We would like to tell the government, you cannot deceive us. The state sector employees are made to pay their bills after getting their salaries and not being able to take care of the household and education expenses of our families and children. We will continue this struggle to make the government increase the salaries of the state sector employees by 20,000 rupees. We want the officials to intervene and increase the salaries through the 2024 budget.
Day 32 of the second leg of the LOLC Divi Savya program got underway today, centering the Kalkuda education zone of the Batikulo district.
The first leg of the LOLC Divi Savya program. The second leg of the program will provide school books and stationery items to schools with less than 100 students. Students will be provided school books and stationery for a period of 1 year under the program. This worthy initiative is a collaboration between the LOLC group and the Ministry of Education. Students from schools including the Nadeshwara Vidyalaya, Ragama Saraswati Vidyalaya, Munekadu Sartha Vidyalaya, Kannakankode Kannaki Vidyalaya, Mandapatadi State Tamil Vidyalaya, Padipale State Tamil Vidyalaya were gifted school books and stationery items this morning. School books and stationery items were also gifted to students at the Batikulo West Regional Education Office and at the Batikulo Regional Education Office. The LOLC Divi Savya program will continue to create a bright future for the country's student population.
Emergency teams in Afghanistan are racing to rescue people from the rubble left by a powerful earthquake that struck the west of the country.
More than 1,000 people are feared dead after the 6.3 magnitude quake hit villages in Herat province on Saturday. With communications down and many roads blocked, rescue workers are struggling to reach remote areas. Hundreds have also been injured. The UN and other organizations have begun to rush in emergency supplies. The earthquake struck about 40 kilometers northwest of the city of Herat at around 11 local time on Saturday. The worst affected communities consist of mud structures. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization says at least 465 houses had been flattened.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For details of these stories and much more, simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. For the News First, where the people come first, I'm Martin Satya. And you take care and good day.